Okay. 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 Right. So, today we are going to make the hood hinges, the basic hood shape. I mean, uh, we're gonna make the flat section here and something that's gonna lift the hood. Uh, just a basic stuff, and then we're gonna make the hood locking mechanism. I want to do the mechanism before I do the front face, so that we have all of the major parts that make the car in one place, and then we're gonna focus back on the design because this week I have some parts from Bricklink coming in, which will probably arrive next week, obviously, because I just ordered them. And then we are going to have a little more material to work with, basically. Okay. Uh, what the? Ah, okay. One of the wedges. So, let's see. I think I'm gonna have two of these. I'm just looking at Christian's stuff. So we're gonna have this guy here. It's gonna come to there. Right. So, but I don't want to make the hood too long because hey Gangster, because Christian made it too long. But the hood of the Sierra isn't that big, you know. And what I want to do is, of course, you see, the Sierra is a relatively modern car, of course, and the windshield, of course, isn't flat. It goes like it curves a little bit. Okay, so basically the windshield cowl comes up to this. So okay, so basically the area here is gonna be black because this is basically the the top of the dashboard and the rear part of the hood where the windscreen wipers are, basically. So we're gonna use, I think, these and this is gonna be basically already our hood. I need to check the blueprints, of course, but that's probably gonna be it. Let's check them. Where are the blueprints? There we are. Yeah, the hood is relatively small or short. Let's see. Let's see where the hood needs to be. Okay, which is 103 divided by 16.8. 6 studs, basically. 6 studs. Okay, so basically the rear part of the hood, so where it meets the hood meets the cowl of the from the windscreen, is 6 studs. Let's see. Only 6 studs. Basically this. We have 1, 2, 3. Let's be generous. Okay. So from the center of the wheel. Okay. 6 studs is where? Okay. Okay. So basically, the 6 studs mark is here. So basically at the end of the structure already. And when we take this into account, even you see when we use this, we are 2 studs over as is. But I guess we are going to use this anyway, because there's not much that we can do. So that's gonna be it. And of course, this gives us a perspective where the fenders need to be. So basically, what we want is that the hood needs to be square. This edge needs to align, and we need to see where these edges align. So they are going to be aligned, I don't know, yeah, somewhere here probably, or here, like that. So this gives us a gap to fill here, and I think we are going to make the connection here and do this into a hood of sorts. I'm going to use all of the wedges that I have, probably 2 on each side, to approximate our hood. So we can then, yeah, that's all I have. Yeah, all the wedges that I have, right. So let's recreate this. This is like 7, 3, 3. Okay. And then, of course, we are going to use Christian's locking mechanism and see, well, how it performs and how we can package it. I'm pretty sure that we are going to have to rearrange stuff a little bit. So that this doesn't happen anymore. Okay. 7 studs. Okay. I'm gonna use this one. Okay. So we have these 2. Yep. These are the base of our hood. They are basically going to be placed like somehow like this, and we're gonna build everything from there. Okay, so let's see. 2 of each on each side. Okay. Now at least here I need to do something else, because we need to attach these to this. So I need, well, my favorite part, of course. These do exist in white, I hope. I really hope they do. Because if they don't, we have a problem. Okay, good. Phew. I mean, I know these don't, but I'm just, you know, this is not the final word, so I'm just building something so that we can make the geometry of the hood. Ah, of course. My bad. There. Okay. Okay. For now, I'm going to use this very crude method of securing the edge of the hood here until we have the hinges here that are going to prevent this from sliding off. And I think that we are going to flip this so that we're gonna have both of them in the center, more in the center now. Let's say more in the center here. Yeah. Okay. So this part here is gonna rest on the A pillar. And here we're gonna have our structure, support structure. Ah, yes, of course. We need a six stud axle here, because the axle hole is different. No, it's correct. Yeah, it's correct. Okay. This is correct, but this isn't correct. We need a 4 stud here because I want to connect both of them. I want to connect them. So we're gonna use a black one here. And we're gonna use 1, 2, 3. Yeah, why not? Who? What? Picasso. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now I'm being called names. Where the fuck is the other? Ah, here it is. Okay. Okay. What? Why? Why would he call you Picasso? I I have nothing. I mean, why would he do that? Okay, so what? Ah, yeah, that's the issue. Okay. Okay, I think that's the right width, but we'll see. We'll measure it on the blueprints. Okay, let's say that this is the right width for the hood. And this here needs to be drawing. I missed that. I completely missed that drawing. I am terribly sorry, but today was a very exhausting day, and I participated as much as I could, but didn't quite get everything. Okay. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Now let's see on the blueprints. What do the blueprints say? How wide does the hood need to be? Let's say, yeah. So, come on. 388 divided by 16.8. 23 studs. Okay. 23 studs. Yeah, exactly. 11, 11, 1. 23 studs. That's the width of our hood. Perfect. So 3. We have 3. Now the only problem here is that we are not going to be able to make 23 studs with these, which is a shame. Ideally, the hood would be perfectly squared, so it would be perfectly squared, but you know, we cannot make 23 studs with 3 stud wide panels. So that would be like 3, 3, 3, and then 1, 3. Yeah, we would need a panel that would be 2 studs wide, or 2 times 1, in order to do this. So what we are going to do, or what we are going to have to do, is basically we're going to make put another 3 stud panel here, 3 stud panel here, 3 stud panel here, and the gap of 1 stud here is going to be filled by the fender. There's really no other alternative. It has to be done by the fender. I'm terribly sorry, but that's how it's gonna be. So here the perfect opportunity to create the hinges for the hood. We're gonna use the pins here. These are going to be mounting points for something here that's gonna support something here that's gonna be the hinge for the hood. So ideally, I would have something like this. So here, this is one part of it. No, that's too much. Sorry, my bad. We need a 3 stud, 3 stud something. Yeah. Probably not. I guess. Where does it end? No, this can be one step closer. Here, I guess, and here. So ideally, we want, you know, this is the height of the 13 studs that we need for the firewall. So ideally, this would rest on those lift arms, and yeah, unfortunately, these correspond exactly to where the pinholes are, so we need to offset them. We need to offset them by 1 stud. And I may have an idea for the fenders. So we would maybe use flex axles with white spacers on them, and then we would use this as fender flares, maybe. Need to test it out. So this is kinda not to my liking, but I don't have a choice here, really. Or do I? See, the thing is, if I don't use a spacer here, what happens is that these come directly onto this. So if I use a spacer, I get this offset, and then I can do something here. I mean, I guess we must do this. Let's first use this test. So we put this in here. This is a stand-in for the hood. So we can now place the second pivot here. Second pivot would be, well, obviously angled to the front, and it would be probably it would probably be attached here, maybe. Let's see how viable this is. Probably gonna be crap. So I would attach it here. And then, okay. For ease of installation, I would use this. So we would get, no, this is crap. We cannot have a hood hinge like this. No, we need to move this one step closer to there. And then maybe we have a fighting chance. So for this, we need to kinda force this open. Okay. Okay. Yeah. About that. This doesn't work either. Way too small. So the other option would be to make, yeah, I don't think either. So the other option would be to make hinges that would be something similar that we have on the Charger for the trunk. And we can do them. See, there would be extensions of this, of course, but on this side. they would basically consist of, I think there were number 4 connectors. Was a number 4 connector? No. What did I use there? Was it 2 number 4 connectors? Or did I use a 90-degree connector and then a number 4? I can't remember what did I use on the charger? Let me think. Basically needs to be oh, come on. I'm getting old. Yeah. What did I use? Number 4, yeah. Number 4 and 90 degrees. Yeah, just as I thought. Yeah, right. So so basically what we would have is this. Somehow like this. Maybe even like this, yeah. Maybe even like this. This could be viable. Where could we place it? That's the other question. So we could place it, well, here. Somewhere here, and then it would hinge like upwards. And it would have enough room to hinge downwards. We need a place to place it as far back as possible. Here would be, exactly here would be ideal. Yep. So let's make a very dirty mount for it. Just test our theory before we, invest any more time in making it super complicated. Okay, 2 identical ones. And this. So now we can mount this. We place it here, and we have our hinge. Okay, let's see how this aligns. So 2, you say 2. Okay, this is not too bad. Too bad, but not terribly good either. But I don't know, I guess I just have to connect them and see what's what. Is it? I have a strange feeling that we're gonna end up with half a stud. Yeah, it's gonna be half a stud. Okay, let's see what the geometry says, and then we can obsess about it. So one of them is here. Of course. So one mounting point is here, like this. The other one is here. I'm gonna use this because it's just temporary. Okay. Huh. Okay, we're gonna use those. Okay. Because I just want to see where we are. Okay. Okay. That looks about right. And the other hinge. And we can try it. Okay, the hood opens up good enough, but the closing leaves a tiny little bit to be desired. Maybe we can solve it, maybe not. So the problem with the closing is here. We have like not even half a stud to worry about. See, because this is a little bit far behind, it's not clearing this. So we need to do some magic for it to clear this. And I think no, if this would be a little further in the front, then this would be fine. So we need to move it a little bit further to the front. And how are we gonna do this? My idea would be, I guess, to use a number instead of the number 6, or what is it? Yeah, 6. So the 90-degree connector, we would use a number 5. And this will hopefully push everything a little bit further to the front without sacrificing our setup here. Okay, now it's, well, I'm not gonna be nitpicky, but it's slightly to the front. But this must not be necessarily a problem. The thing is just that the front fascia, or whatever, the grill basically, is coming just up to this edge. So the front grill is gonna sit, what, of course, the front grill would sit, like this. And yeah, we are going to adjust the front grill to fit this. So I would say we shouldn't overly complicate this, and I would call the distances here fine. However, we're not out of the woods yet. The problem is that the hood is too high here. Needs to be one stud lower here, so a little bit more flat. And let's put the hinges one stud lower here and see how this affects everything. And I think we should be fine. We should be fine. So these here need to be one stud lower. In the end, I think we can get away with using something else for the hinge, but right now I'm just experimenting. I'm not doing the final thing. It's gonna be apart a few times before we're done. So this and this. Okay. 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 Very good. You see, right now we can omit this entirely because the hinge is basically gonna sit here in this thing with a 3-stud pin through it. So we don't need this. I think we won't need any of this, just a 3-stud pin here. But right now this is fine because it allows us to experiment with the height without worrying about too much about committing to a certain mounting position. Okay. Because this may or may not work. What looks good on paper may not necessarily work in reality. Okay, so this is not good. Why is it not good? Aha, okay. Um, let's switch back to the 90-degree ones. Maybe they are going to be now just right. Okay. Of course they are. Now they are just right. This is now almost perfect. But not everything is perfect in paradise, of course, because now this is a little bit too low. It's too low, and of course it's catching on to here. So it would need to be a bit higher. So if we have this, it's high enough, but it's a little bit too far forward. If we have the 90-degree ones, it's perfect here, but it's too low here, causing all kinds of problems. So this would be better, even though it's but at the same time the hood is too long. It's simply too long. So we would need to use the three studs here, and this is gonna solve this problem. Do I have another one? I should have another one. Come on, I have to. Do I not? Yeah, I do. Okay, they're not the same color, but who cares? Okay. Semi-final attempt. Okay, so this goes away, and we can get rid of this and this and this. Okay. great, actually. Great. So this means we can use this. And since I don't have enough, I can use these. I need to order really a ton of these in black and blue, and black and gray, because I'm out of them. Okay. JSP, hello. How are you? Okay. That's perfect. Our hood is the way it should be. We can always, add a row here of lift arms if we wanted to. But as far as the blueprints go, the length of the hood is like this. It's not a big hood in the Sierra. It's a relatively small hood. And we're probably gonna put lift arms here and here, but not in the middle, to kind of simulate a rounded cowl here, probably. And here in the front is gonna be the cowl, so, or basically the dashboard, the top part of the dashboard, and we're gonna have a small strip of something that's gonna simulate the part where the windshield wipers should be located, without the wipers, of course, because there's not gonna be a windscreen, a proper windscreen, I guess. So 1 hour into the stream, we have made the hood. And now let's move on to the locking mechanism. So obviously, since this is a Ford, it's gonna have a poverty stick to keep the hood up. So we're gonna have a stick here that's gonna be extended and then hold the hood up. That's how Ford did it. That's how we're gonna did it. So we can save away, just like Ford did, save away some fancy spring mechanism here. But this doesn't absolve us from having a fancy spring mechanism in the front. We can now remove these. They were there just to hold up the hood here anyway, and they are not needed anymore. Yeah. Yeah, this looks legit. Or does it? Deep breath. Of course, it's not okay. I knew something's off. Well, the thing is that the hood here is too low. So we're not done. I was wondering why this is actually hitting the chassis here. It's too low. It's exactly 1 stud too low. See? Needs to be this height. Great. So do we raise it here? And then if we raise it here, we're gonna have problems here again. No, I didn't. Your suspension is so flawed on so many levels, and what you want to achieve can be achieved with so much less material than you use. So much better and lighter and everything. My God. Well, we do need to raise this. We do need to raise it by one stud, no matter what. We do need to raise it. And we have two choices here, actually. Two choices. We are going to use, yeah. What we can do here is that we use, instead of this guy here, we use the small one, and then have a 3-stud axle here. Oh my God, yeah. This card is full of memes. Well, we are one big meme, basically. Where is it? Come on. Ah, always at the bottom of the file. Okay. Yeah, we are. A bunch of nerds. Let's see what change this is going to make, if any, and then we can move on or not. Okay, the height is fine. The height is now fine. See? Height is fine. Opening it is also very fine. Well, we have a lot of room under the hood. But of course, the problem is here in the front. We have just a tiny bit of a clearance issue. Trust me, it doesn't. It's gonna be a horrible mess. You're free to build it, of course, and make a video so we can laugh about it. But it's not gonna work. Yeah, so maybe we are going to do something here. I'm going to reintroduce the fiber. Okay. And omit the 3-stud here. Let's see. Okay, the height here is good, but this is not good. This is even worse than before. This is worse than before, and the angle here is not good at all. No, that's not good. I preferred how it was before. It was not perfect, but it was better. Okay. Yeah, this is much better. Let's simulate this. Let's simulate this by putting an actual. What can we put in here? We can put this here. Okay. Let's see how it closes. Okay. Okay, it works. This works. No reason to stress about it. No reason to stress about it. Okay. I was making much ado about nothing. Okay. I like it. So, now let's make the hood lock. For the hood lock, of course, I forgot how it's done because, of course, I don't have pictures here. So, Christian, can you repost your pictures into Discord that I can refresh my memory about how it's done? I think I have a hunch. Basically, what we need. What we need is this, and we need this. These are the two key components, other than, you know, some rubber bands. And I think that's I'll find it here. Just need some patience. Holy shit. That was a long conversation. My god. It's just me scrolling through the conversation I had with Christian to find the pictures of the hood lock that he made. It's probably, it's of course at the beginning of the conversation. Or even, wait, am I this stupid? It could be that it's not even on Discord. Of course it's not on Discord, it's on Facebook. Because of course it's on Facebook. I hate this. I hate Facebook Messenger. It's in Discord, okay. Ah, here it is. Okay. Here it is. Got it. Okay. Got it. Okay. So we need to cram this into this. Okay. Okay. Serious non-being question. Okay. Let's get rid of the bumper for now. Yeah. So we need to use this frame here now to incorporate this. Okay, let's get rid of the hood first because it's not helpful at the moment. And I'm going to make the mechanism in on the grid first, so that we can study it again. No, here. Come on, go to end. Yeah, very basic food changes. Yeah, so we made it pretty good, I think. I mean, it's a Ford, of course. Of course, things would be very basic. Ford engineers are probably the engineers that have been most harassed by bean counters. Everything had to be made to be as cheap as humanly possible. The swamps here. Oh god, yeah, I can see it. Knock. What kind of knock is it? It could be that when once the oil pressure is high enough, so when at higher revs, the the higher oil pressure takes up the slack. But the knock could be most likely. It could be um, what's the English name? The valve tappets. Is it the self-adjusting valve tappets? Could be that because one of them is probably broken and doesn't get enough oil in it, and then it kind of makes the mechanical noise. And once the revs are higher and the oil pressure is higher, then the oil pressure does get in there, and then the knock disappears. Um, could also be could also be um, come on. Uh, oh, so the valves have been adjusted. Oh yeah, then it's a Conrod bearing. You you have bigger problems. Yeah, you don't want a Conrod bearing problem. I wouldn't, because this is exactly what happened to us in Sweden. So we drove. We A friend of mine from Berlin bought a 1975 Opel Record D in Finland with the 2-liter engine, and we drove it from Pudasjärvi in Finland down. I mean, the plan was to go down to the ferry in Sweden and then to Germany. An hour south of Stockholm, tragedy struck. Suddenly, I was driving. Suddenly, on the motorway, there was a dip. So the engine power suddenly dropped, and the noises from the engine became a lot louder. And it was a knocking noise, and basically this stopped our journey. Fast forward, once the car arrived in Berlin on the tow truck. The engine was, of course, disassembled, and of course, there was one of the conrod bearings spun, and that was it for the engine. Uh, so I probably would not drive with it. If you can, you don't have to basically dismount the head for it. You drain the oil, remove the oil pan, have the engine on an engine stand, turn it around, drop the oil pan, and open the bearings and check them. You can change the bearings without removing the cylinder head. So check the conrod bearings and change them. Yeah, well, then that then that's what you're gonna do if you want to use the car. If not, who cares? Then just scrap it. What kind of car is it? What kind of car is it? Oh, nice, nice. Okay, so yeah, that's. I'm afraid that's what you're gonna have to do. Gonna have to replace the engine. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that's what it's gonna be. Hmm? You're sure that those bearings don't exist anymore? Right. So, how does it work? Basically, you open it up, and we need a spring action to open it. That's not really a problematic. We can do many types of spring mechanism to make it pop out. But the main gist here is that we have this tongue here, that's going down, and we need, of course, something here to prevent it from hmm, from popping out. Let's take this. So this comes in, and now it cannot go out except if we remove this. So I need to, yeah, need to center it properly. So how do we build this into our frame here? Obviously, this part here, this is basically the top part of the frame. Where is the pivot point in the original? I changed it as far away from this as possible. Where is the pivot point in yours? Ah, sorry. Yes, I see my mistake. I see my mistake. Um, I see my mistake. Sorry. Let's redesign. Yep. Sorry. Sorry. I think even in my first attempt I overlooked this. Yeah, okay, it's like this. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's a little bit too much. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. This is fine. Yeah, this is better. Okay. So now we need to transfer this to our frame, and let's determine. First, let's determine where everything is. So basically, we don't need this. It's enough that this part here enters this canal here, and this canal locates it. And now it only can go downward. Yeah, and that's okay. So here on the top, this part is going to be fixed to our hood, and somewhere this, yeah, it's smoother. It's smoother. Somewhere here. I am not sure exactly how we're gonna fix it. Somehow, you know, it's gonna be like this or something. So we can basically omit this here. So this is the first line. This is this. This is this. And we're gonna probably have to make attachments for this here in the frame. So I think it would be best if we remove the frame from the car, so we have it in our hands. Problem is I don't have another one. That's the last one I have. So it's gotta be this one. But no biggie. There. Was a lot less painful than thought. Right. So let's superimpose this. We need exactly this picture here. Okay. In the center, right. And this, of course, is going to be where you grab from underneath the bumper and open the hood. So it's not going to be a button like in the Sierra, but you'll just do this and the hood will open. The pivot needs to be here. So 1, 2, 3. Exactly. This is going to be more problematic, but we're going to re-engineer this a little bit. So that's the basic concept here. Not sure if this is gonna be on the inside or the outside. No, it's gonna be. No, what am I talking about? This is gonna be on the inside, of the hood. This is the outside, so this is the mask. So the grill. This is on the inside. Obviously, this here needs to be changed. This needs to be changed because it cannot be here. It needs to be on the other side where there's room. So we're gonna have well, we're gonna omit everything here. So we're not gonna use this lift arm, but we're gonna make a pivot, an actuator here. So we're gonna put something here, over here, and then down here. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. But okay, that's not important right now. Right now we need to find attachment points for this. So obviously one of them can be here, just like this. This is good enough for the moment. Obviously this here needs a stop here. So we're gonna have this. This is gonna be here. Yep. And we're gonna have this here. Let's see. this is any good or it's rubbish. Okay. Great. Now let's get rid of this. This is gonna be our actuator from the other side. Now we just need something that's gonna actuate the spring. So, well, spring, I'm talking spring. So we need something that's gonna pull this in this direction. So we need what, 1, 2. This is gonna be 6. We need a 6 stud. Six stud something. We're gonna use this, and this. This. For example. Yeah, this is not strong enough, obviously. We need this. This has to have something that's closer. This could do. Come on. There we go. This works. It's not the final word, but it works. So let's reinstall it into the car. And see how badly we miscalculated. But I think we should be fine. See? We are fine. There's nothing in the way of it. Everything works as it should. All that is left to us now is to design something that's gonna push this down here. So we need something that's holding this in here. Yeah, that's not my idea, by the way. You have to. Everything here is on Christian. Christian invented this. So all the credit to this goes to him. I'm just babbling along and recreating what he's done. So our hood is closed. Of course, this needs some better mounting, but everything works. I mean, almost, almost. The difference here is, I mean, like nothing. No, but it's fine. No, it's fine. Initially, I thought it it catches on a little bit, but if you give it a little more, everything here bends a little bit, and it's fine. We just need to come on. Now we need to make sure that this doesn't flap around, and that's it. Even now that it flaps around, it catches perfectly. The hood needs a little more weight, and it should probably latch on by itself, and maybe we need to make the spring a little softer, and it's going to be beautiful. The beam clears. The beam is not affected by this. The beam is not sticking out. So once the panel is here, it's gonna cover the beam completely. It can be exactly as it is. It's not in the way in any way. So hood is, I mean, what the fuck? This is perfect. Now we need only a mechanism that once I do this, that the hood kind of pops out by itself, because the the grill is gonna be here. So if you don't have if this doesn't pop out, you have no way of grabbing it and opening it. So that's why we need it. It's not like in the Charger where this wasn't the problem, because the hood is just comes to the end of the car. Here we are going to need a mechanism that actually pops out the hood a little bit more. Let's probably not, but it's easier to just grab under the bumper and open it like that. It's more intuitive for Lego cars. It's just more fun, if you ask me. You will just grab under the bumper, do this, and the hood is gonna pop out. It's gonna be a lot more playability and fun like that than if you have it in the interior, and it would need quite a long flex cable, to go to here. It can be done. Don't get me wrong. It can absolutely be done by a simple flex cable. That basically the flex cable would come here, and it would pull on this. It's perfectly doable. And yeah, it's gonna get a spring. First, I would like to, before we do the spring, which is not gonna be today, but I would like to do. I would like to see what our options are for this, of course, because it has all the movements that I don't want. And we kinda need to make sure it doesn't move in the directions we don't want. And it's not gonna be so easy. because keep in mind that in the final version of this, these two, so the beams here, are gonna be further apart, simply because we want as much room as possible here for engines, and these are here just because, well, we wanted some hood to work with. Yeah, the second option, so the beam with the spring was what I was aiming for. Something simple, something very simple that we could use to have the hood open. So in the next episode, we are going to do this, and the next episode is gonna be tomorrow. Simply because on Wednesday and Thursday we have clan wars in brawls in World of Warships with our clan. So just like last week, I need to be present. And tomorrow there's nothing. So I think there's nothing. Um, so tomorrow we're gonna have a stream, and then I can be present at the event on Wednesday and Thursday. And Friday, of course, there's no clone bros, so Friday is normal stream, uh, just as last week. Um, yeah, I'm happy with how the hood turned out. I really am, and you can see that the beam completely clears the panels here. So we can work with that. You know, we have to fix it in this direction and this direction. Um, doable, doable. There's there's options. I have a few ideas how to do this. Um, Probably we're gonna use lift arms to extend from here to here, and then an axle through this, so that it cannot do this. And then this I don't have a solution yet. But instead of this beam, since these are going to be further apart, we can use an L lift arm. We can use an L lift arm, and we can have this also separated further apart, and we can have another attachment point for the third pin here, so it would not move left and right. Yeah, so in the next stream, we're gonna spread these apart to where they need to be in the final position, and then we can do this. So tomorrow we're gonna finish the hood, and then we are going to do the grill. And once we have the grill, so the grill and the hood, then we can design the fenders. So then we know exactly where we need to aim. And just like I said in the last stream, once we know where we need to aim with the hood and the grill, we can much easier design the fenders. And even though this is moving, it closes surprisingly nice. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. we have a lot of room for an engine here in the engine bay. I mean, really a lot. It's more visible for perhaps here from this point of view, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of room for engines or an engine. Or motors. So if we use electric motors, plenty of room. That's what we wanted. So there's really a lot of room for activities. Unlike in the charger, we can fit in here almost anything. I say almost because sadly the V8 is, well, it's slightly too big. At least the LP Power V8 in its current form. No, not necessarily. This car was not conceived to be powered by a specific engine. It was conceived to be the replacement for the Mustang, so it would be the recipient of many engines. So we would test new engines in here, just like the in the Mustang, which was used basically to test all of the LP power engines. This is the next generation used to test new engines. Yeah, matches the car very well. Right. I mean, I have an order for an inline four engine that I need to make. As soon as the parts from Bricklink arrive, the engine is gonna be made. And now that we are a bit more advanced in our car, we're gonna put the engine in and see how it fits. Naturally, of course. And of course, I don't have a servo for this, but once the LP engine is done, expect a video of this driving with it before I send it to the customer. Right? So before I send the engine to the customer, I'm gonna put it into the Sierra as it is now, and I'm gonna drive it around my yard just for shits and giggles. I mean, it's gonna be going straight only because I don't have a servo motor to steer it, but you know, I can adjust the direction with the hand of God a little bit. You know, I can extend it a little bit so I can reach it more easily. So yeah, that's the plan. I mean, if the owner of the new engine has nothing against it. I don't know exactly who ordered it. Maybe it's one of you, but I think would be a good test if the engine is any good. I could, but I won't. I won't bother. I'm lazy. I'm gonna slap it together, make a meme video, and that's gonna be it. Yeah. I mean, many of my models are Fords. Go figure. I don't know. Transit, Mustang, Sierra. I don't know. Two L beams and a rubber band. Yeah, let's see. We'll see tomorrow. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and well, let's continue the memes on Discord, and I see you in the stream tomorrow at the same time as today.